So guys, I hope you saw the last episode of Vikings because we finally got what we deserve, and not only that, we got more. So let's break it down. I found in the episode 8 major plot points, or better to say ideas, which I will be going through. So, for number 8, we have attack on Katheghat by small force. As you could suggest, this attack wasn't really about conquering, rather making the Katheghat people know that they are about to be replaced, and also show that their defenses aren't as strong as they think they are. Therefore, they have to include more manpower on walls, basically to the main defense line. After that, we get to see that number 2, Ethelwolf, is in a state of mind in which he doesn't really want to die. He knows that he has to fight for his life and for his happiness, and that is what we can see him trying to do, to accomplish during the episode. He feels this way even with his father and wife not really loving him in the way they should. And I shouldn't forget his sons, who loves him, but we know that Athelstan's son is just adopted son for Ethelwolf. With that said, talking about children, number 6, I just couldn't unsee that in the Viking series we get to see a lot of characters that are playing a little role until they are full grown, and I think this will be the case of mentioned sons, as well as that Muslim girl that tried to run from Helga, who is totally overcaring and feels too deeply about her. So now for number 5. The Battle of Katheghat. The whole battle was designed on surprise effect. At the start we see that Eagle's forces are attacking mostly from the ground, and boy, there was a hell lot of them. I don't know how many soldiers he had or he paid to fight for him, but we haven't really seen as many soldiers from Katheghat as we have seen in the background of the attack itself. So I'm not quite sure whether Katheghat had enough forces to defend itself, but it's hard to talk about this because we are not playing a total war game, so it's hard to say. However, after a quick realizing that the force from the ground isn't the main threat, Laggard rallies enough soldiers to challenge the attack from the sea and inevitably defeats them. That leads us to number 4, Torture of Eagle. We can see that he was burned a lot when they showed him, but he wouldn't tell anything if they haven't found his wife. But more important for the future of Vikings, Lagertag gets to know who tried to conquer the city. The main villain of the future season should be the King Harald and his brother. Mostly because Lagertag will seek revenge upon them of what they tried to do. And it remains to be seen whether it will be solved right after the great heathen army comes back, because it's pretty easy to kill someone when he doesn't know what you are going to do, or it will take some time after and we will see a great battle between Vikings as we saw in the previous seasons, and it was pretty awesome. So be hyped guys and hope that it will happen. So now to the England, where number 3, King Harold does forgive his potential wife for marrying another dude just because she loved him, but then ultimately kills that dude, and that leads to his potential wife seeking revenge upon him, and the result was predictable, as we know that this character will play a larger role in the future season, as I was telling 10 seconds ago. Therefore we could tell that he is definitely not going to die by hands of some unknown woman. That's just not right. Okay, and now to the best parts. Number 2, Ivar the Boneless. Ivar not only thinks that he is a true successor to great Ragnar Lodbrok, he even created a battle plan for attack on Wessex forces. And as we could see, he has a brilliant mind and original thinking for a Viking. Imagine a child being raised in a society so consumed by its own history that the child will be doing the same old thing as its successors. But that is not Ivar's case, mostly because he is a cripple, and with a royal blood he wasn't taken as an ordinary child. Therefore, his mind had to reprogram itself to think differently than others. And God, I am so grateful for that. But enough of small talk, let's talk about number 1, the great battle itself. Yeah, I know guys, we haven't seen the whole battle, but that just gets us more hyped about the future episode, the final episode of the season, where there will be the main battle ended, and of course there will be more. I already made a preview video about this. There is not really much talk about what is going to happen in the episode itself, but there is a little teaser what is going to happen, so I will put it in the description and you'll be able to see it. So, because we don't know the outcome of this battle, I can only say that the Wessex's army is still strong. If you think that in the next episode we see a quick end of it, even though they have a pretty big losses, they will be able to put a fight. But I think the same thing as you do, and that is that the end of this army is inevitable. But it remains to be seen whether it will be the end of Wessex itself. Okay guys, this was a pretty exhausting review, at least for me. It is probably the longest review I have ever done. So I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time doing it. I loved the episode. Be sure to like the video because it helps my channel a lot. And if you want to become my subscriber, don't be shy and press that subscribe button. So see ya guys next week when I will be reviewing the final episode of Vikings Season 4. See ya!